morning, TFR.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Yeah.
It's Friday, my dudes.
It is Friday, my dudes.
Thank God it's Friday.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but thank God it's a day. Man. I just,
A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
So good morning?
Good morning.
Right. This is a morning unlike many others. It's not often we're this out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
What?
I said same here. I don't know.
I think we shifted last night. It was big time. I mean, I went to bed early. And yeah, really not sure if we were going to be doing this or not because we forgot that part of Friday somehow. And then, yeah.
Which goes to show
So I went to bed early though, thinking, well, we'll probably do a show. And when that clock went off, I just don't know. I really can't explain how I feel. And no reason for any of it. It's really unexplainable. So for us all of a sudden to be hit by a truck in the middle of the night, I mean, something must have happened in the middle of the night to me anyway. So what happened? Let's figure that out.
What the fuck happened? I mean, I've been a little wonky all week just because my back's been hurting abnormally. And I just didn't sleep well. Haven't been sleeping well. So I was asleep before dinner was finished last night. I was just trying to stay awake long enough to eat and just crashed the fuck out and woke up at 1 o'clock. Just hurting and sore. Couldn't breathe because my back hurt. Just trying to get comfortable and sit up and get to a point where hopefully I could get back to sleep. And then I saw your message. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, I don't want to send him a message reply now. So I might just actually wake him up. I don't want to do that. I'll wait and see if there's any green lights on Skype in the morning, and I'll have a better idea of how late they stayed up. If they were playing games all night or if they went to bed.
No, we didn't. Actually, we got off early and intended on going back to it and never did. So, yeah, there's nothing to blame here. I really have nothing to point to for this whole feeling. I did have some overly, really bad indigestion right as I was about to go to bed, which is kind of unusual for me. I don't usually eat unusual things to cause upset. So maybe what I ate was off. I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing I can point to that before I went to bed, I knew something was there going on, but that's not explaining my head nor my dislocated hip. What did I do? Was I running in my sleep? I don't have a clue what the hell happened last night. But hello again there. I see you guys in the chat, and I'm trying to figure out how to type. I know I can do it.
So how was the week? Anything? So we finally got some rain around here. Man, my golden seal, this heat, they did not like it. I don't know how many are gonna make it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at your plants. I'm laughing at Liz's comment in chat. I'm sorry to hear your plants have been bad. Oh.
Realize
Liz
it.
ponders if it's perhaps plane farts that's got us this way.
I don't discount it.
I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt. Maybe the Earth old girl's getting rid of some exosomes. Exosome. I can't even talk. Oh, my.
The chemtrails have been pretty light around here lately. They've not been too noticeable. And I do tend to stay tuned in to the state of the skies. So I don't see a whole lot of plane farts. I don't know. Maybe they're doing them at night so they can't see it.
So I haven't. Have you guys noticed? I have not seen a asteroid warning in the last couple weeks. Have you?
Oh,
Not that I can remember, but
I mean, oh goodness, I am so sorry. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know what it was that I saw, but it's been days ago, whatever it was, and it was just the one little story about it that didn't really register enough for me to, go digging deeper. So it just felt like another SSDD, or I guess SSC. Same comment, different. I don't. Fuck. I can't
something.
even think it through.
Definitely something.
Oh my goodness. China may have received signals from aliens. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at all
No,
this
yeah,
stuff.
that's about it. That's where I'm at as well. I see that the aliens are talking to a plate. Is that a plate that's in that picture? Oh, it's a telescope, I guess. I thought they broke that telescope. That's not the telescope that broke.
They got one lens out of 18 down so far. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been looking at some of their pictures and they're saying how sharp they are. Like their test pictures. The thing's got a huge glare on it. I'm looking at a star and it shows like
science. Come on, man. Science.
4 points coming off this star that take up like half the screen. It's like, that's like a glare, right? Off that star. You don't. I mean, and then I went and I was the exoplanet thing. I wanted to see what they were looking at. What they actually got back from the satellite. What TESS, TESS, whatever that stands for, I forget. But it sends, stuff back. And then scientists look at it and determine whether or not there's a little dip in the light. That's it. Just a little, but they don't even look at images, folks. I downloaded the stuff straight from TESS. It's a spreadsheet with numbers on it. That's what NASA gets. That's what the scientists get, spreadsheets with numbers. And then they go over that and say, oh, there was this dimmed a little bit right here. And look, it dimmed again right here. And then it dimmed again right here. Oh my goodness. It's so stupid. If people actually knew, this would be so easy to fake.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting all their data from a satellite and it's nothing but algorithmic numbers. That's it.
Fucking Tess and Al. Gotta play with everybody's brains. Old Tess and Al.
I don't know why I was looking into that. Oh, because I was looking at the pictures. The data. Because I wanted to see. They said they found the closest set of exoplanets. I don't know if I shared that one in the list we keep or not, but they were saying they wanted to study the gases and the atmospheres of these planets and what they're made of and this and that. And they're studying numbers and little. The satellite doesn't even see anything like. You never see the planet, ever. You're seeing a star, and the star like oscillate a little bit. And if it oscillates on a pattern, then they say, oh, that's a planet going around that star. That's how they do it. It's so stupid. And they're getting millions of dollars for this crap every year. Funding, government funding. And did you hear? As of 19 hours ago, the record-breaking Voyager spacecraft begins to power down.
Wait, huh?
Yeah.
Voyager? You said Voyager, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Voyager. Okay, so what? I thought it was already dead and brought back to life. I said, yeah, and then dead again and brought back to life again, and then dead again, and somehow still telling us about interstellar space, and dead again, and now it's dead again. So, all dead, all dead.
But this time it's
45 years in space. Did we even have solar power back then? I mean, how is this thing? It's like so far away from the sun, it probably can't even see the sun. It just looks like stars. That's a 45-year battery, folks.
How long does
Where's
your
all that
phone battery
technology?
last? Right. Your smartphone, how long does that battery last? And is that advanced technology or is that regressed technology?
Yeah, I just want people that, I mean, most of the people that listen to us probably already know it's all nonsense, but if you're just hearing us for the first time, think 45 years, folks, from technology from the 70s. And they claim that the thing's still, Energizer Bunny beating on the little thing, just still kicking. Yeah, I can't believe I believe this nonsense. It's just, oh, I'm sorry. I am still sleeping and just ranting already.
You rant, sir. I don't mind at all.
Let's see, Vividness 420 in chat.
Vividness 420 in chat. You go right ahead because I've got it highlighted. I was just waiting to get to it.
Well, she mentioned that didn't we both start on the Kratom and the goodies that James from groundedextracts.com sent us, and that maybe there might be a correlation. That's a great point, except for the fact that I've never actually started them yet. I got them at the beginning of the week.
My question to you, sir.
I've not started them. I didn't want to take them and not be aware of how they were going to affect me. So I wanted to wait and take them on the weekend. So I've not even started them yet. So I can't correlate that at all.
Yeah. And that would be right up the same with me because, no, sorry. That's not it at all. I'm still sleeping. Good Lord. It's correlated with what I've experienced because I've only dabbled with the Kratom Plus, which is only adding frankincense and myrrh to my normal intake. And I did a lot of research on both those before I dabbled. So I feel pretty safe with James's goodies. Not that they would be unsafe. They would be safe. It's just everybody can have reactions, including a healing crisis. And I even thought about that at one point this morning when I woke up and was feeling this way. It almost has like a gut aspect, like a healing crisis. And it's possible that antibacterial effects that they do possessed could be killing off some of the bad biome in my gut that I know I have, candida that I've been fighting for some years now. So it could be related to that for me, but as far as it correlating with Josh, that doesn't. So yes, I thank you for that and thought of that very thing. Yeah, I definitely did. But it just seems, I don't know. Yeah, I think Daz might be on it more than that. He's talking about it coincides with personal feeling that a new cycle is starting right now. Some marker in time just happened, and my goodness, that's how it felt as I tried to get out of the bed. Like I was in a different world, truly. Like something has happened, something has changed, something is different. So yeah, I'm down. I'm liking it. I also like your comment or three there that you put in Twitter, which I've been back into Twitter here the last day or three. Just found it on my computer again and started clicking around. I've lost it now though. Oh, did I close it? Man, okay, there it is. Now can I find it? It's basically just as usual, speaking about creating this reality, creating your own personal reality, who Daz definitely a proponent of and example of. My God, this man is definitely creating the world he wants as we speak. So the idea that our our inability to deal with the zeitgeist, we don't do fear, I believe is what he put there in quote somewhere. Yeah, I think that's part of what I'm a big proponent of that as well, sir. That I'm just not going to exist within your fear fucking bubble, and I'm not going to even acknowledge it for the most part, let alone taste it. So yeah, I'm trying to get back to the whole thing here, and it's quite lengthy. So, and rather than me just babble on and ruin what Daz has written here, I'll leave a link. You guys should come hang out with us on the Iron Scouts on Twitch sometimes. I'll shut up now since I can't make any sense out of my words and my brain won't make them happen.
Did you see the Americans and Russians are arguing on the ISS, and Russia is thinking about unhooking their capsules and just flying on their own?
No, that's you were watching 2010. It's that movie with Roy Scheider and
No, there's a
What's his name?
reason why they're not doing it though. Can you guess the reason?
They'll all die.
Yeah.
Because of dangerous microbes. There's so many dangerous microbes flying around there right now, but somehow they don't explain why, but they say unhooking and flying separately will make the microbes grow faster.
What?
No joke. I got to find this article again. I don't even know if I dropped it in. I was reading it yesterday. I couldn't believe what they were saying. I was like, really? This is your excuse for because the microbes will get more dangerous? And it's not so dangerous that it's dangerous to the humans, because getting a cold in space isn't that big of a deal, they say. It's dangerous to the equipment, to the hardware. Because on the Mir telescope, microbes destroyed something, supposedly.
I honestly
Even though
think you ought to
the
sit
Mir
down
telescope
calmly,
is still up
take
there.
a stress pill, and think things over.
So I don't know how they know that it's microbes that destroyed Mir, since Mir is still up there and nobody's gone to check it out or fix it. But yeah, they were saying that there's deadly microbes, and somehow detaching the two from each other is going to make the microbes grow faster. So that's why they're not doing it right now.
Because in space, no one can hear you sneeze.
New NASA photo shows human garbage littering Mars.
Yeah. We're everywhere.
Fucking
part of
microplastics. Jesus Christ.
It's part of the lander, blah blah blah, something that came down, and so we're just littering everywhere now. Not just the Pacific Ocean. We got plastic everywhere, folks. Even on Mars. Oh my goodness.
Just
It looks like somebody was in a costume outside a zoo in Texas, and people are freaking out because it looks like kind of like Predator almost. They're saying captures a weird creature in the night outside a Texas zoo. I don't know. I could say that
Carl Weathers has been called.
Wow. So Alaska school children were served floor sealant instead of milk at a child care program.
I heard some crazy shit about this before. Just not very new. This is a few weeks old. Happened a few weeks ago.
It says 17 hours CNN. They must be late to the party. They were too busy trying to make stuff up. Actually cover anything real. I don't know if this is real. 12 elementary school children drank floor sealant, believing it was milk, after it was served to students at a child care program in Juneau, Alaska on Tuesday, according to the school district. Oh my goodness, I can't even say that name. Students.
Okay, so what?
Yeah, I'll get into it. Began complaining that the milk they were served as part of our program's breakfast tasted bad and was burning their mouths and throats. The breakfast was served on trays by an outside contractor, Nana Management Services. Good job, Nana. Okay, after the children complained about the burning sensation, school district and the staff immediately followed up by smelling, tasting the milk, and looking at the container label. It was found that the milk was served was actually a floor sealant resembling liquid milk. Staff
In
immediately
a non-labeled container just sitting in the refrigerator? What the fuck are we doing here? I don't understand why we're reading this. Number one, why is this even a fucking story except for the fear of it all? It's creating some kind of new fucking urban legend bullshit story. Oh, some kids drank some floor paint or whatever the fuck. Dude, this is, oh my God. This is why I don't do the world. Christ. Oh.
Yeah. How do you make that? The floor cleaner, it doesn't like to be in hot places. We'll just throw it in the fridge. We'll put it in an unmarked container, I guess. I don't know. Diverse supporting full investigation, blah, 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 blah. I didn't think you were allowed to serve children in mass stuff like that out of a container like that.
Right, it has to be like in Canada, and they serve the milk in bags. Shout out, Alan, where you at?
Oh, my goodness.
Here's the one that I think I was reading here. Out of Camden, New Jersey, parents are concerned after health scare in Camden. Tainted milk cartons sent dozens of school children to the hospital on Wednesday. This was actually reported on the 31st of March. It says, I'm feeling a little bit better, says 7-year-old Raymere Baconell. Baconell? What a name. Let's see. The children attended the Early Childhood Development Center on Pine Street, and 11 students were taken to the Virtua Our Lady of Lourdes, and 21 students were taken to Cooper Medical Center. It says the contamination from non-toxic sanitizing product used in manufacturing and packaging of the milk. I guess that's what I remember reading. Or there's a third one somewhere else, and they're just trying to push the fear porn on the little kids. Anyway, we do have break music. That's the end of the first half of the first half. Stick around. We got more coming up right after this.
It's a luxury to pursue what makes you happy. It's a moral obligation to pursue what you find meaningful. And that doesn't mean it's easy. It might require sacrifice. If you need to change your job too, let's say you have a family and children and a mortgage, you have responsibilities. You've already picked up those responsibilities. You don't just get to walk away scot-free and say, well, I don't like my job, I quit. That's no strategy. But what you might have to do is you think, well, this job is killing my soul. All right, so what do I have to do about that? Well, I have to look for another job. Well, no one wants to hire me. It's like, okay, maybe you need to educate yourself more. Maybe you need to update your curriculum vitae, your resume. Maybe you need to overcome your fear of being interviewed. Maybe you need to sharpen your social skills. Like, you have to think about these things strategically. If you're going to switch careers, you have to do it like an intelligent, responsible person. That might take you a couple of years of effort to do properly.
It's amazing how people have been raving about iLife all over Facebook. They've been posting their testimonials just because they want to get the word out because it's worked so well for them. If you're not familiar with iLife, it's a 99% pure CBD oil, but the secret is the synergy between the hemp and the ayahuasca vine, the non-psychoactive component of the ayahuasca tea. We recently received an email from a wife whose husband has Parkinson's. For the first time, he's been able to sleep through the entire night. Another customer reported that they're no longer using NSAIDs because their tennis elbow has been relieved with iLife. The reports have been phenomenal and much more than we ever expected. Everyone should have access to this. That's why if you head on over to iLife.com right now and use coupon code TFR, we'll give you $5 towards your order. And we'll even ship it worldwide. That's iLife.com. AYA life.com.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Jim Ram, retired. In early 2012, I was facing a laundry list of chronic health conditions that my physician was telling me were incurable. I knew there had to be a better way, and I learned how I could reverse every one of my ailments with science-based, clinically verified medical nutrition. In just a few months, I was able to reverse high blood pressure, gastric reflux, sleep apnea, arthritis, degenerative disc disease, heart arrhythmia, AFib, and many more. And I've lost over 70 pounds and kept it off. Now I'm hosting a radio program that's dedicated to helping my listeners do the same. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick of being used as an ATM by your doctor, then you'll want to tune into the Your DIY Health radio program here on Truth Frequency Radio every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern and 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide.
Right. Guess we'll just stop that at some random point. Welcome back, second half of the first half. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I was wondering what you were going to mix in. I thought you had a remix coming.
No, for some reason it just didn't want to start when I played it and didn't want to stop when it was supposed to. More fucking weirdness.
Must be those solar flares coming to Earth.
Something.
So did you guys hear Elon's getting sued for $258 billion?
No. who's suing him for $258 billion.
A Dogecoin investor who accused him of running a pyramid scheme to support the cryptocurrency. You know, dude, you messed up. Just take it. I know crypto's not doing great right now and all that stuff, but nobody made you buy in.
Take the hit.
Because you decided to listen to Elon Musk. Now you're gonna cry about it. Have you ever listened to the man speak? I mean, really? I know he's got lots of it, but that's probably not the guy you want to take business advice from. Most of his money comes from taxpayer funding. Oh my goodness.
And it wasn't a pyramid scheme. It was a multi-level marketing. It just so happens that the lower levels were much larger than the smaller levels. Or the levels got smaller as you went up.
It's not a pyramid. It's a multi-level funneling system. Invigoron. For any of you that watch It's Always Sunny. So, in a complaint filed in federal court in Manhattan, plaintiff Keith Johnson accused Musk, electric car company, blah, 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 and space, blah, 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 of racketeering for touting Dogecoin and driving up its price, only then to let the price tumble. As if he's got any say on that. Defendants were aware since 2019 that Dogecoin had no value, yet prompted Dogecoin to profit from its trading, the complaint said. Musk used his pedestal as world's richest man to operate and manipulate the Dogecoin pyramid scheme for profit, exposure, and amusement. The complaint also aggregates comments from Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and others questioning the value of cryptocurrency. Oh, I'm sure they all hate it.
Yeah, that's an interesting list. What do those guys have in common?
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I'd like to know who the others are as well. Let's get a whole list of these people that just think crypto should go away.
Jeff Bezos, all the Saudi princes.
The Federal Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Janet Yellen and her, oh my goodness. I've never wanted to smack a grandma so hard. Just saying. That Janet Yellen, oh, she's a demon. So a lawyer for Johnson did not immediately respond to a request for comment on what specific evidence his client has or expects to have that proves Dogecoin is worthless and the defendants ran a pyramid scheme. He's seeking $86 billion in damages.
Well, Elon said something, and a bunch of people jumped on it and gave this Dogecoin value. So I thought it had value, and just like all the other dipshits that reacted to what Elon said, I reacted too. But shit, then we didn't do anything with it, and we all lost money. So it must be his fault because we did everything. We listened to him, and we lost money. So we want his money now. Give us his money. Fucking people, man.
This is great. Listen to this. The complaint said Dogecoin sell-off began around the same time Musk hosted the NBC show Saturday Night Live, playing a fictitious financial expert on Weekend Update segment called Dogecoin, a Hustle. So because he did a skit, that's when he started crumbling Dogecoin on purpose to make all his money. Tesla in February said it bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin and for a short time accepted it as payment for vehicles. Dogecoin traded at about 5.8 cents on Thursday, down from its May 21st peak of about 74 cents. The case is Johnson v. Musk et al., U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York, number 22- 05037. Oh my goodness. And that's pretty much it that they're telling us about it. So I'm sure this isn't the last we're going to hear about it, but I mean, you really think you have a leg to stand on because the guy did a Saturday Night Live skit? It's not like Dogecoin is the only coin taking a hit right now. Look at the stock markets, dude. Look at everything right now. I think this guy's just having, it was either this or go jump out the window.
Yep.
Like they were doing back in the 20s and 30s.
Yep, he's just trying to cope with his new reality. It feels like he should be entitled to be kept into the lifestyle he was grown accustomed.
Yep, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got a leg to stand on, but I'm sure they're going to drag this out, and it'll be the next big case.
I was investing in something new. It wasn't really like Bitcoin. This one was called a meme coin, and I thought it was going to make me billions of dollars. This meme coin. Turns out the meme coin wasn't worth as much as real pretend money. So now I'm poor and pissed.
Can I sue because my Sears stock plummeted after they decided to shut down all their businesses?
Or once
That's
I
not
realized
fair.
I didn't give a shit about Sears anymore, I started talking shit about Sears, and the next people that were invested in Sears lost money. Is that my fucking fault?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
What a world.
So this is great. All right. They're showing they're saying China busted is in capital letters, exclamation point. Satellite image captures China's destroyed rocket facility at its satellite launch center in the Gobi Desert. Okay, so rockets blow up on the launch pad sometime. And it probably takes them it's probably a big mess, and it takes them some time to clean that mess up. So they're showing a before picture of a nice, clean-looking rocket launch pad. Then on the right, it shows it with a bunch of black scarring marks and a bunch of debris all around it. Yeah, a rocket blew up, people.
Are they
You know how
trying
many
to
rockets-
research shame China? They're not going
Yeah.
to science shame China for trying to figure out rocketry, are they? For fuck's sake. They imported an SS officer from the Nazis for their rocket program. Don't get all butthurt because NASA might have blown up a couple accidentally. It's not like
But yeah, they're
opening
making this out
portals
to
in
be
the
like
desert.
it's some, like they were hiding it or something. Only boasting about its accomplishments that depict it as a worthy rival to the United States. China has a long history of concealing news that can harm its international reputation.
Fuck it, China.
Oh,
Not like
and
every
they're the
other
only country that's ever done that, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. So I wonder how many rockets have blown up on launch pads from NASA.
I used to have a compilation video. I mean, I know I have it. It's just not easily found. But it was an incredible number and quite entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Makes
same
for-
Nazi that you spoke about is actually famously known for telling everyone that we could never, ever possibly go to the moon. The amount of fuel that it would take and the rocket the size that it would take to hold that much fuel and etc. The rocket guy, the fucking guy, who was their guy, who would they go to for the rocket info, said, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
But be prudent.
Oh, wait, how much money? Oh, yeah, sure. We'll get there next week. Fucking hey, buddy. Never mind.
Shout out to Nemo. Headed to bed. Gonna see us tonight for Have No Sphere, which, by the way, we should have buried the lead here.
Yoink.
Yeah, why don't we put a little pin in that, Walter, and just let Nemo know that you're probably not going to be seeing us tonight for Have No Sphere.
Yeah, no.
By probably, I mean definitely.
Yeah, you won't be. Yeah, you're right. We did bury the lead, didn't we? Yeah, we won't be there tonight, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll be headed down to my father's. Be going out to the country finally. Gonna get a little non-traffic quiet that I've been longing for. So I'm gonna go to work, come home, grab my stuff, and hit the road again to try to get there before it gets too terribly late, because it'll still take me a couple hours to drive there. So we will not be doing a Have No Sphere this week, but as Walter reminded me, it was kind of one of those goals that we set, considering we are on the backup channel and only the coolest of the cool kids know about the backup channel. We didn't want to burn ourselves out sort of the way we did the last year and a half or something before we took a little break. And yeah, this way it'll keep us from getting too burnt out. So we won't be here tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to approach it, because while it's all great to keep the strong fight going on our backup channel, we did burn ourselves out considerably last time by working through every time we got sidelined. So yeah, we'll take a little break this Friday night tonight. That's this Friday tonight. This one that we're in this Friday.
Friday.
Yeah. So that will be a very unusual evening for me. It was epic, though, as you were saying all that. The little emoji that Liz put in chat, it was great. Little eyebrow raised. Yes, Liz, we're sorry. We should have warned you more.
So I think I mentioned Tuesday that our kitty cat died Monday. And ever since then, again, wants to sort of call back to the first segment and the starting of a new something. Because I noticed shortly after that in my grief, I hadn't really had a big desire to smoke a cigarette, which is good because I've been wanting to not smoke a cigarette. So I just sort of latched onto that. And I think I've had 2 since then. So really not bad, but again, it just harkens back to this starting of something new. This past week, I don't know. But for some reason, out of the clear blue, I just sort of lost a desire to smoke cigarettes. I still have a craving on occasion. I just sort of have to patiently wait that shit out. But it just seems strange that all of this weirdness bubbling up this week.
Yeah.
And that was just one more thing for me to tack on. Yep.
And I'm going through chat. My apologies. I feel like I've ignored you guys in chat today. I just said hey in general and not specifically, and that's shame on me. But I don't know. It's definitely an energy thing, whatever's going on. I don't know.
Look at that. Daz confirms. He says, yep. When a cat dies or disappears, it is a change of cycles. They are a loophole between the higher self and the human avatar. I could believe that.
Interesting. I know they're definitely between here and there, without a doubt.
Strawberries. Eat strawberries when you're having a cigarette craving. They help.
Really?
Forever Love 774. I will definitely have to keep that in mind.
Interesting. Never heard that one. Shout out, Hori. What's up, brother? I see you bubbling up. Sorry. My son was here 2 days ago. Yeah. My brain's gone. Sorry. he came and hung out for a while, and actually, I think it was Wednesday that he and his family there had to put a dog down as well. His girlfriend's dog that they've had there in the family for some time had to go down. And he's been with her long enough to have gotten quite attached. So yeah, not a great time. Not a great time. But definitely energy. Just seems like the energy is weird and wacky. Weird, wild stuff. Where's Cammy? We need that index. She knows how to read it better than me.
Who did I see? Somebody was mentioning the Schumann resonance.
Ah, there you go.
Running a
Somebody's on
hard
board.
60 megahertz, I think. Like all day yesterday. Some shit I was reading in chat. Somebody put it up there earlier. Now I feel like a real asshole for not having remembered. But yeah, we need Cammy here with that BZ index. Let us know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, Cammy has been feeling so much better. It's just amazing. It is. Big shout out to Daryl Davis. Thank you, brother. Much love. Didn't see you in the chat or anything. Just sending you some love, man. It's
absolutely
amazing medicine that's being made. Real medicine, actual medicine. And it's just, yeah. She's been just blown away by the results. She actually feels alive now, she said. So yeah, just amazing. I don't know what else to say.
That is awesome. I saw Liz in chat saying that the grief might be why my back is sore, which I could definitely see. I carry a lot of stress there. And I actually had Dixie take some icy hot or some like that deep penetrating pain cream and rub it on my back a couple nights ago, which was really no small thing because that's probably the first time in 2.5 decades maybe since I've had somebody give me a back rub. My back is, because it's always sore and tense and tight, I just sort of learned to live with it. And the worst part is just when some of the muscles start to get so tired of being tense that they give out and start to lose their strength. And it's causing more muscles than to tweak myself out as those muscles go weak. So they all have to be equally tense for me to be sort of comfortable. So I don't ever have anybody give me a back rub because my muscles are just so tight that it needs to be like a super serious deep tissue massage. And I know just from feeling it that it's not going to be pleasant for anybody. So Dixie was trying to rub this on my back and she just like touches my back and my whole back just like convulses just because I've got all this potential energy stored up there. It's just like, and all she has to do is ground it and short it out and it just releases and that whole muscle just spasms and goes crazy. So she's trying to rub this on my back while my back is just twitching and spasming and going nuts, convulsing. But that was like a big thing mentally for me to have somebody actually give me a back rub. That's been, like I said, a long ass time since I've had anybody rub my back.
Yeah, it helps release so many just toxins that get stored up in the muscles, and there's muscles down and back in there that we don't use enough. And yeah, massages can be great therapy. Yeah, absolutely.
So I think Zombie Snoop nailed it. It's hate to say it, but I think it's because you're getting older. Start stretching. Literally have the exact same problem. Can't be given a massage because the way he holds the stress, or they hold the stress, but always stretching helps a lot. And it's true, it does. And it's one of those things, but you got to stay up on it. Because I just recently, a couple of weeks ago, tried just doing some stretches in the morning, just rolling my head over, my neck over, and my back, and just sort of letting that all stretch out, and then rolling it back up, and just getting some basic stretching in. And it seems like that was kind of the start of when it said, "Oh fuck, that's right. I'm supposed to hurt real bad. Thanks for reminding me. And it's been sort of sore ever since. But stretching, I think, is definitely going to be the key. It is one of those things that I think really keeps me sedentary is the fact that I'm so sore, but I'm so sore is because I'm so sedentary.
Yeah,
it's a vicious cycle.
It is. You know, another thing that I know from years ago, this was, oh man, I think one of my grandmother's chiropractors told us this is to get on the floor and roll around and stretch like a fucking cat does, like a dog does, like animals do, because that's what they're doing. They're doing that very thing. They're stretching, they're getting rid of all that bad acid out of the muscles, rolling around, needs it and palpitates it and gets it moving and gets all those good spots. Yeah, I used to do it quite often. And then, you know, between getting older and having had the wreck and just living in a house without carpets with hardwood floors makes it a little uncomfortable to do. And so, yeah, it's been some time since I've been on the floor rolling around like I know I should be every day. But yeah, that's why the animals do that very thing.
Dixie tries. She'll get down on the floor every once in a while. She's pretty good at trying to stay stretched out. Trouble is, we've got the dogs. And we had a cat. So because we didn't have carpet, we had the hardwood floors. Makes it for a fucking nasty, dirty, hairy thing if you don't stay up sweeping before you do it. And then with the dogs, you try laying down on the floor with 3 dogs and pretty soon
yeah,
you got 3 dogs in your face and no room to stretch.
Yeah, that's definitely different. And grounding as well. Thank you, Dan Morris in chat. That also is part of grounding. Yeah, doing it outside on the ground is even better. Holy crap. On the rough surface of the grass and dirt. Oh, yeah. When I went to Oregon the first time, I saw people laying down in the grass, just staring up at the sky, you know, and of course, first it was like, are they okay? Then I realized that, oh, they do that here. And so I did it while I was there and then didn't do it when I came home and wish I had kept doing it. And then when I went back, it was like, oh, that's right. I forgot about that and kept doing it there and then do it here every now and again and then forget. And so, yeah, it's a really vicious cycle, as you say. But yeah, get out there and stretch, roll around on the ground. Wait till the dew dries. No, get wet. Who cares?
Wait until the dude rises. Does the dude rise? The dude abides.
The dude abides, for sure.
But wait till the dude rises. Wait till the dude rise. Dew dries. It all depends on where you put that space.
Is it almost time for a break? It is almost time for a break.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Okay. Shout out over there on the Rock Fan to whoever might be hanging out with us. And the many other places that we are probably streaming that I don't have open. But again, we're not giving enough love like we should to the Fin. So shout out to the Fin.
I see you guys over there.
I see y'all. I see there's a couple of y'all. I know 2 of them are me and Josh. So I don't know who you other 2 people are.
Probably Rockfin admins trying to figure out why the fuck they let us on there.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that last time. We were joking about us neglecting it. And I was like, yeah, I bet Rockfield's got something to say about that. No, they're good to us so far. Knock on wood.
Did have somebody send me an email not too long ago saying,
oh, shit.
Probably ought to include a Rockfin connection to our stuff on YouTube and to our stuff on Twitter and our social media accounts and link to Rockfin would be a good idea.
Uh-huh. It would.
It would. And thanks for trolling all of our accounts to see whether or not you could find your site on my account.
Ooh, I got a good one when we get back on the Washington Post about AI and what it, some of the scary parts of it.
Ayo. Oh, wait. Ayo. AI.
Ayo. Daylight come and me one go home. Wait, what?
Me say day, me say day, me say day.
This is iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio makes you want to move. When you have a great melody, a song lasts forever.
Instantly connected.
I love it when the beat goes.
Did you know you can listen to Truth Frequency Radio on iHeartRadio? Just download the app to your smart car, smartphone, or smart TV and get the best of TFR wherever you are.
iHeartRadio.
I'll see you there.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
COVID-19. 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 I'll blow the window from the state of Washington to the state of Maine, to Brownsville, Texas, and the Triple Fork. Today, we speak to this atmosphere. Today, burn this thing. This virus hates heat. You just burn this thing. Burn! Burn! I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn! Burn! COVID-19. 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 I'll blow the window. Get up! I heard the Lord say this to me several weeks ago. Kenneth, what? You believe me for a heat wave? I walked out in my backyard. I speak to this atmosphere. I call for a strong south wind. I call for a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn! Burn! COVID-19. 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 I'll blow the window. Hey, in May, it hit triple digits. Hey, in May, a supernatural heat wave. Hey, in May, a supernatural heat wave straight out of hell. Burn! Burn! Oh, I'm telling you, it gets hot down there. It have a hot down there, man. Ah, turn the air conditioner. It gets hot down there. Hot fire. Man, it's hot. Oh, Lord. My goodness, it's hot.
This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
TFR. Truth Frequency Radio.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back to the, what the hell time is it? Is this the first half of the second half already?
It is.
Cow.
It is. It's Friday. It is that as well. Shout out to all of you who aren't here. I know it's hard to find us sometimes. So we miss y'all. And we'll be back one day.
Probably.
Oh, wait, I see Rockfin right there in the show description. Maybe I misunderstood what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh.
But not on our channel description or on our Twitter description.
I got you.
Or in our Facebook.
Oh, so you're talking like social media stuff, like how to actually do stuff in the social media world of today in 2020,
right.
2022.
Yes, like they went through, saw us, decided to look around and see if they could find their website on our stuff.
And they couldn't.
And once they did, said, hey, why don't we send them an email and give them a little reminder that we should be seeing our website on their stuff.
Ah, well, then that's a whole different thing that I didn't quite understand. Do that. Once you get on that, I'll help you, man. I got it. Man, it seems like I had something on the way back in, and now it's completely gone. I don't know what it was, and it was completely frivolous. And I saw Brian pop in. Shout out. BCB, and apologies to you and to Andrew, both of who I've connected with on gaming platforms, and yet somehow have yet to come back around and reconnect with. And it's just strictly been like just timing. And
I know every time I'll jump back onto a game, or I'll go look at my the Epic friends list and stuff, and it'll say I had invites to games and stuff. I had one from Austin the other night, one from Josh, and one from Brian. Yeah.
I didn't even know
why am I not getting
invites through Epic? How do you do it through it? See, I bet that's part of a whole bunch of all of this, is that I'm just so inept at this gaming on a computer thing. I mean, I grew up with a console, so I just turned it on, clicked it on. Whoever I had on my friends list was who I played with. And that was pretty much it. But this new world of all these different launchers and systems
and I'm sure something pops up on the screen while I'm playing, but if I'm playing, I don't ever see any letters on the screen unless they stay there and I can take a second once it's like a downset time. And then it's like sports with me. When I start playing a video game, I'm like locked in. You could be standing there right next to me talking to me and I won't hear a word you say. I get like super focused when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. I'll look up and be like, hey, wait a minute. I have game invites. When did these come?
Right. And I don't even know they were a thing. So I'll have to go explore Epic, and maybe there's some kind of notification I can turn on there that I can see more often, because I didn't even know those were a thing. I know that with the Halo setup, the way it's multi I don't even understand why things are so again, back to I don't get it because it's computer gaming. So I go to click on this game, I'm playing this game, but first it opens this Steam thing that's going to load the game. Okay, I bought the game and I own the game, but Steam still is giving me the game. Don't quite understand that one. And I can't play the game if I can't connect to them, but it's my game. Huh? Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing that way. And then in the midst of all that, it's also connected somehow through Microsoft because Xbox, Microsoft, So then there's that whole Microsoft account that I never played around with after I left Xbox, but it wants me to sign in through that. So I sign into it's just this big multi-layered web of shit that really didn't help me connect with anybody or play with anybody. And then when my son invites me, I don't get his invites, and he's on the same system I'm on. And yeah, I don't understand it either, Zach. So don't feel bad. Don't
Okay, I feel better.
bad. And then
So what do you
the
guys think about?
connection of it all is still like, I still don't quite get because I hate that one app that we all use. I'm not going to say its name because I hate it so much. I don't want it to get any free advertising. But that app makes it harder to talk to each other than anything to me. So, all right, enough gaming rant. What were you going to say? I interrupted you.
I was just saying, what do you guys think about AI and the advancements? Like, do you always know you're speaking to a human typing on the internet? Or do you always know it's the actual person that you're typing to and getting responses from?
So
on the internet.
The thing about AI bots like that chat bots, they only respond to pre-programmed questions, and then only with pre-programmed responses. So it's really hard to get a chat bot that is indistinguishable from an actual person. I mean, they're out there, but they're really expensive. I think there was somebody recently in the news. You might have been. This might be the story you're getting ready to touch on about somebody getting fired recently for breaking their NDA.
That way too.
Is this the one where they say they're Google engineer who thinks the company's AI has come to life?
That would be the one.
Yeah. And then they fired him.
Yeah. And that isn't that what the Turing test is all about?
I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I thought that was the tell. It's if you talk to the fucker and can't tell if it's a human or a robot, then they got you.
But there's a specific test, though. It's not like you just talk to them, and if you can't tell, then then they've done it. I mean, there's a specific questions and specific answers as to how they're supposed to do it for them to pass the Turing test to justify them becoming self-aware.
You got to be pretty smart to fool the old Voight Comp machine.
But I don't think what you can do
is... I'm the worst person to do this. I know. I'm not going to spoil it. Never mind. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't think you can take a look at a quote and be like, oh, look at what this thing said. Oh, it's self-aware. I don't even have to give it the Turing test. I see its quotes right there. And since I understand AI language, I'm just going to tell the whole world that AI has become self-aware. Yay. And then Google fires them for breaking the non-disclosure agreement. Not for being a dumbass, but for telling people about it, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now you go, Walt.
No, it was just a silly thing.
All right, now
and I don't know where I got it from, so I can't really tell you where to go see it. So I feel terrible. Okay, here's the deal. There's a lot of these little sketch shows that show up, and they have like 3 or 4 shows, and then they disappear, and I don't know where they go, or they didn't hit, or whatever. But apparently, I came across something like that on one of my streams, and so I started watching it. And in it, they do this parody of Blade Runner. And so the guy's sitting there and he's talking to the lady. She's smoking her cigarette, and it's the test. He's doing the test to determine is she an android. And so he types on his phone and he holds it up to her, and it's the click here if you're not, or I'm not a robot. And she's freaking out and her head's melting and she can't touch it. It's just funny. I thought, anyway, I'll try to find the clip and send it to y'all. It's just, there's more to it, and it's great.
Well, I was reading through this article, and, you know, like Josh was saying, it's not based on intent or critical thinking. It's based on, let me go back up here. Where was it? I want to get it just right, get the words right. Okay, it's not wit or candor or intent. The models rely on pattern recognition. So they scour the internet, so many cycles every second, looking for this question probably already being asked, and goes through all the different answers and then kind of pieces together an answer out of those. But what's really wild is them talking about where is it? Okay, here it is. The safety concerns around this big words, anthropomorphization. In a paper about Lambda is the AI system. Google warned that people might share personal thoughts with chat agents that impersonate humans, even when users know they are not human. The paper also acknowledged that adversaries could use these agents to sow misinformation by impersonating specific individuals by using their conversational style. Now, this is what I was talking about before. You could have Iron Realm Media YouTube channel, and the one that we see has, Lizzie Iron Maiden, BCB, all our scouts in there in chat every time. And we mention them by name. So, if there was a fake chat room that most other people were sent to, there would have to be a fake Liz the Iron Maiden or a BCB or all these scouts that we mentioned. They would have to be in that fake chat as well. So would an AI go and look at all the old, Liz the Iron Maiden posts and post its own post for Liz? Or would it take Liz's actual post that she posted second by second and just use it in both chats? But that's the thing. They're saying that you might be talking to someone you think is this person, but because it's responding like they always do in that certain specific way with the same exact keywords and phrases, you might not know you're actually speaking to an AI. And they could tell you, hey, the world's going to blow up tomorrow. I got, just crazy misinformation.
What about the other way, though? Think about going the other direction. What if you're an agent and you want to get those deepest, darkest secrets that nobody's going to tell a real person? So you have to impersonate being an AI chatbot and dumb your stuff down just to make them think that they're not talking to a real human, so you can get them to open up a little bit.
Yeah. And Brian in chat, hi Zach, good to see you today. AI response system initiated. Big shout out to Callum Wilkinson in chat. Special K.
And Voy, I see Voy there in chat. Thanks to everybody for following us over here to the backup channel.
Absolutely. And let people know out there in the world if you think they may not know that we're here.
Yeah.
So I found that clip and dropped it in chat for you guys. It's called The Moth Effect is the show I got it from. And it's great. It's really a funny little show. I don't know where it's at, but yeah, I think they're from Australia or New Zealand, it seems, from the rest of the show, what I get. Excuse me. But yeah, good stuff. Enjoy. I'll drop it in the multi-chats.
So Bob and I were talking the other day about NPCs. And yeah, this is Ian. What's easier to guess, if they are an AI or an NPC? I'd definitely say NPC. And I don't know. The more you look around, it's like things are so blatantly obvious right now about so many things going on in the world. Can fear create NPCs? Do you think that the amount of stress from fear can put these people, it's not like, it's not actually them, it's like their subconsciously created them because they can't think rationally, they're so afraid. Could that be the issue why we have so many of these people walking around with like blinders on? People that are still like my mother who thinks Biden's doing a good job. It's like, are you not seeing it? Are you not? What is going on here? It's like the NPCs in the video game. You can go up and sit there and destroy all their stuff around them and they'd have no idea. They don't care. They don't know. And you go up and talk to them and they're nice and polite. You just went and destroyed their whole house, brought it all down around them. And you go up and talk to them. They're like, hey, how you doing? I've got so-and-so for sale, blah, 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 blah. They have no idea that the world is crumbling around them and everything just goes on as normal. They're like programmed response. Can fear do that to a human being?
Awakening Soldier in chat says, yes, it's called cognitive dissonance. I think there's the cog dis aspect, and I think there's a learned helplessness effect going on here too. Sort of the way dogs are often trained with this learned helplessness. They just give up on life, on whatever sort of connection to themselves they had in their convictions. I've seen it done with like rats and electrified plates on the ground, and they just electrify bigger and bigger areas of the floor, making it so where the rat just has nowhere that's comfortable for it to stand, and it's just getting shocked no matter where it stands until eventually it just gives up. It says there's nothing I can do. I don't know what else to do. And it just lays down and fries itself to death. Basically, it just lays down and just continues to shock itself because it doesn't have anything, doesn't know what else to do. And it's that learned helplessness that I think has been going on slowly, layer by layer, little by little over the years to get people to just give up because they don't know what to do. And they'll just enter this learned helplessness, cognitive dissonant, neutral position. They just downshift out of every gear and roll into neutral. So they just let somebody else drive. Fuck it. I don't know what to do. I'll just let somebody else make the decisions, put my blinders on, and do whatever I'm told. But I think it's going to rain here, so I got to run outside and roll my windows up before I get to work.
All right.
I'll be back.
Yeah, we had a
Absolutely.
lot of rain yesterday, and the dam did not overflow like it usually does. I cleared all that debris out of there, all those. I'm going to have to go check it today. I'm sure it's full again. But yeah, usually you've seen the videos, Walt, where all the water comes rushing over the top.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did not happen at all. It had a little bit near the edge where it always starts off, but it never got high enough to overtake the whole thing, opening up that big giant hole. It's amazing how much of a difference that makes. Just like a foot. You know, you have a 4 foot by 3 foot hole. And if you cut off the bottom of the 4 foot tall part, and so it's only a 3 foot by 3 foot hole, you would be amazed at how much that one little foot was actually doing, allowing to go through there. It's just an exceptional amount of water.
It could have been just really super dry as well earlier enough to keep it from, getting too crazy. Liz in chat, I wish I had listened to my grandparents. Man, if you just only knew how many times I lament letting the knowledge go to waste that I did as a young idiotic, thinking I knew what I knew and thinking I understood what I understood, what I wanted to do with my life and where I wanted to be. And I can't think of a better thing than to be living out in that little house on that little acreage with those gardens and those flowers and that food, and just in touch with things like they were. And so pushed it away as a kid and as a young adult. It's really sad. And, you can tell people that over and over and over. You can tell people, listen, appreciate, take in that wisdom. And it's just in one ear and out the other, just like it was for us, just like it was for us as kids. It's sad. It really is.
Yeah, I think the fear is so, and a lot of it, I believe, has to do with this whole scientism aspect that's pushed. I mean, I lost all fear. Once I found the creator, this whole fear of death and dying and the end went away. It wasn't fear anymore. It was not excitement. What's the word? Curiosity. Okay, what happens next? You mean after this meat suit, entropy stops in this meat suit and it starts to, go away or break down? That there's more after that? You mean I'm not a little speck floating on this little speck out in this big, huge, vast nothingness? It changed that whole fear, that whole mindset of it doesn't matter what I do. I'm just this. It doesn't matter what I say or what I do or how badly I take care of myself and treat my body. It's an amusement park to me, right? That's it. Once it's over, it's gone. I don't want to be 80 and have to wear a diaper and blah blah. I made up so many different excuses of why I wanted to die young. And be afraid of it at the same time. It was like a horrible nihilistic, and I was a happy-go-lucky person, but deep down I had this nihilistic view about, life, that it doesn't matter. Who cares? And then I found the creator and everything changed. There was no fear of dying and now it's, wow, I got so much to learn. And then Flat Earth came around and it just avalanche. That was like from snowball to avalanche right there. And my opening up and wanting to learn more about this place. I was studying plant medicine and survival, started that in like 2008, 2011. I found the creator. And that's when the alchemy started and not just reading about it, but applying myself and practicing all this stuff. The creator made me want to do, not I will someday, but I do right now. Yeah, it just changed everything like overnight and made this place just amazing. It made me want to stick around and learn and then share that knowledge with everybody I could. So yeah, I think a lot of it is even people who claim to be Christians. I have a lot of family members like that. They did the communion and all that kind of stuff, but they know nothing about the words of Jesus. They claim to be Christian, but they've never read what the guy actually says in the book or live by anything that he says. That's why I don't talk religion, politics, any of that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I think they don't really deep down know there's a creator. It's like a belief that's kind of in question at all times. They don't know. It's that knowing that really changes you. It just makes this so much easier to live this life when you know that, this isn't the end. I see Walt there getting some loving.
Yeah, I was just sharing that with everybody while you were
Holy
talking that good stuff. Wow, that's
damn.
break music.
That is break music. Just remember, nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky. It slips away, and all your money won't another minute buy. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Stick around. Fourth and final coming up right after this.
Fourth major lesson in life to learn. Learn how to reap in the fall without complaint. Learn to reap come harvest time without complaint. Take full responsibility for what happens to you. It's one of the highest forms of human maturity, accepting full responsibility. It's the day you know you've passed from childhood to adulthood, the day you accept full responsibility. And another note, learn to reap in the fall without apology. Without apology if you do well, and without complaint if you don't. That's maturity.
Discover the extraordinary powers of intuitive healing with pain transmutation, a method of holistic healing for the human soul, body, mind, and emotions. If you are looking for answers and a deep understanding of how to help yourself and the people around you to live a happier, healthier life, this is the right place for you. Learn how to read your soul's history in the Akashic Records. Remove negative energy attachments from your astral body and start the process of inner and outer pain transmutation. Join Pain Transmutation Community to get started on the path of intuitive healing. Change your energetic state. Manifest new and exciting experiences. Re-energize your life and build inspiring connections with others in our community.
Remote viewing reveals Tataria history, starseeds, lightworkers, and indigos. Join me on the Nikki Colombo Show. It's time to reclaim our true history, our true timelines, our cosmic heritage. And remember to be humble, for you are made of earth, and to be noble, for you are made of stars.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio.
Time to make the donuts.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment kicking off right now.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
Josh, Walt, Zach hanging out. just like we do every Tuesday and Friday morning. And a quick reminder, we will not be doing a Have No Sphere this afternoon.
Absolutely. And man, I just saw some radar from your area, my friend. Be careful out there. Good Lord.
Yeah. Like I said, I had to go roll up some windows.
It's heavy duty. And believe it or not, I just saw that randomly as I went to Twitter and was about to close stuff, and I scrolled for half a second to see something, and right below it, I was like, wow, that looks like Josh's area. And it is.
That's
and
crazy.
It's loaded up. Thank you there, Sue Thomas on Twitter for that info.
Oh. So Sue is the one, the last time I was on Dave Glover's show, she was the one saying that we needed to look to the skies in the shape of the other planets in the solar system to figure out the shape of the Earth.
Well, you know, like that's how you know the balls. I mean, the table is a ball when you're playing pool.
Exactly. Which is exactly what I told her. Sort of.
I mean, I get it why people make that correlation because of what they've been told. But when you step back and look at it with just open eyes, you got to tell yourself, yeah, they're right. You know, we don't know what they are, how big they are, how far away they are, because we can't go there and touch them. We can't go even around them to the other side and like take a measurement. You know, we don't get to go above them, so to say. We do not know the distances. To say, I mean, it's bad enough they claim to know the sizes of the planets and the distances. Now people are believing that they're knowing the sizes of planets that are going around the other stars. And the last one they found was only 33 light years away. That's 5 times 30. That's over 150 trillion miles. If you've never heard a David Weiss interview, a trillion miles, you guys know how long a trillion seconds is? We'll see if you guys have been watching David Weiss interviews. How long is a trillion seconds?
36,000 years. I don't know.
Close. You wouldn't have got the Bitcoin. He'll give you a Bitcoin if you get it right within a day or within a year, I think. It's 31,000 years. Yes, Liz the Iron made it. Got it right before I even said it. 31,000 years is just 1 trillion. And there's 5 trillion something and change in a light year, or 4 point something trillion. It's right around 5. So even traveling a mile a second faster than any human has ever gone, you still can't get there. You know, 31,000 years just to get like not even a tenth of the way there. Who cares? Who cares what's out there? You get to the moon first, and then I won't mind spending my money on finding out, you know, where else we can land. But if you can't even get to the moon, then what's the point in knowing all the stuff that's out there, really? Or guessing, because that's all you're doing is guessing. I just don't. I don't think they get away with it without Hollywood, without Star Wars and Star Trek and all this stuff. I don't think the public would be okay with $21 billion just being flushed down the drain every year. Do you think that's why they came out with Star Wars and Star Trek and all that stuff? Was because NASA was flopping and nobody was caring anymore about their accomplishments, and people were complaining about spending money and going to the moon and not getting anything in return? Astronauts going up there to play golf and drive a buggy around? Stupid shit like that? I don't know.
It's
Big
possible.
shout out to Awesome Austin.
What? What's up, brother? Good morning.
Melodones are on hold for a little while. He's in the process of moving and all that good stuff, but they will be back for sure.
Still going to be doing the walk and talks with Gaia.
Yeah.
So he'll be doing all the normal stuff that you've come to grow and know and love. Just only the ones that don't require a studio.
Yeah, Sunday will be the last Melodome for a month. So make sure you're there. Show some love and support. Hopefully we get these guys back as soon as possible. Changing the world.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Much love, much power to you, brother. I know it's a stressful time, but it's going to all go well. $8 a.m. Eastern, you said.
On Sunday.
9? It's usually 9 a.m. Eastern, isn't it?
He says 8 a.m.
Okay.
In the chat. So.
Yeah, I'll be there. So they're asking this question. This is physics.org, all right?
Oh, word.
Oh, this ought to be good.
I know. I'm trying to get a copy in me now. Go.
The coronal veil. Are the sun's magnetic arches an optical illusion? By Miles Hatfield, NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. So it says, from afar, the sun appears blank and featureless, blah, blah, blah. But through a solar telescope in different wavelength, it is revealed to be much, much more. In extreme ultraviolet light, the sun... Now, and I can say I've seen solar flares through a filter, a double-stacked hydrogen alpha filter that Chris Van Matra has.
Right.
And you can actually see some weird things happening on the surface, not just the edges, but the surface looks totally different. So I'm saying it's not an optical illusion. That's just my guess. Okay. So in extreme ultraviolet light, the sun resembles a rumpled ball of yarn. Teams with giant radiant arcs known as coronal loops soaring through the sun's corona or outer atmosphere. They are considered fundamental to the sun's workings. Understanding how they form, change, and move is one of the key goals to understanding our closest star. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. And this guy, or this girl, solar physicist Anna Malanushenko, and her co-authors argue that some coronal loops may not be what they appear to be. Instead, they may sometimes be optical illusions created by folds or wrinkles in much larger sheets of solar material that the authors call coronal veils. Huh. If this is really correct, then we will have to change the entire way we look at and interpret coronal loops, said Malanushenko, a scientist at the National Center for Atmospheric Research in Boulder, Colorado, and lead author of the paper published in the Astrophysical Journal. So the first time they captured these loops was in the 60s, and scientists have hypothesized what their 3D structure might be. Now, what? Don't we know this for a fact? I mean, don't we have satellites taking pictures of the sun from every angle and all? Okay, let's go on. So conventional models saw them as magnetic tubes formed by the sun's magnetic field line. The tubes are invisible. What we see is the bright solar material that flows through them like water through a garden hose. This garden hose model of coronal loops fit well with known physics, and there was no reason to doubt it, at least at first. But eventually observations that didn't fit began to pile up. Just as air gets thinner at higher altitude, the sun's bright plasma or electrically charged gas gets thinner with height. How do you know that? How could you possibly know that? That's why it grows dimmer with height. If coronal loops are truly tubes of plasma, so should they. But many loops maintain a consistent brightness with no obvious explanation. Oh my goodness. So there's pretty much, they say they don't understand why. Okay. If coronal loops trace the sun's magnetic field lines, they should balloon as they move away from the sun, as that magnetic field expands to fill space. But they don't get nearly as wide as we think they should. Most of them stay too thin, and we don't understand why. Again, they're trying to study magnetic field lines of something that they can't get close to. And actually, it's just, I don't know, folks. Just more nonsense. That's all I'm going to say. Just nonsense. This is space lettuce to the fullest right here. Man, there's a lot of it.
Why does this remind me about that little girl who saw the plasma tubes arching across the sky some years ago? What was that? Let me see if I can find it.
Awesome in Austin in chat says denying the Big Bang and evolution is now considered prejudice, according to experts. And I just recently heard this touched on somewhere about the whole idea of, I think it was the Baby Truther show, might have even been yesterday, about out of Africa evolutionary theory that if you don't believe human beings evolved all from Africa, then you're a white supremacist. Which I really find interesting, because if you do believe that all of humans came from Africa, then wouldn't everybody be African?
There you go with that logic again. Stop that.
Wasn't it? It was joked on recently on Saturday Night Live or something, or I forget exactly where, but somebody was making fun of the fact that Elon Musk is African American too.
Yeah, I was just having this thought the other day. African is not a race.
Neither is white. Just saying.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. And Caucasian, most people don't realize the word Asian is in there.
Right.
Because it's like from
the Caucasus Mountains.
Russian. Yeah, Russia is part of Asia.
Right. The northern Caucasus Mountains, south. Sort of Caucasian.
Yeah, I read that 75% of people living in America had Asian descent. And I was like, what? Or maybe it was 85%. And I was just like, what? Asian descent? No way. And then I realized Caucasian. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't know where we came from and all that stuff. I mean, come on. I think looking at some bones is going to tell you that. Yeah, until they find supposedly older bones somewhere else, and then life sprang from there. I mean, they're finding new living species that have been around for a while all the time. And you want to tell me what happened billions of years ago or millions of years ago? Yeah, I'm not buying it. Sorry. I'm content with saying I don't know. I don't think there's any evidence anybody could show me at all that would, about history. I mean, could anyone convince you of anything about history now? Or is it all a big up for grabs? You don't know. Because to me, it's all I don't know.
It'd be so hard.
Before 1979, Earth might not have existed. I don't know. I don't know. Well, we'll say 81. My first memories, right around 81. Before that, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Saw the Zapruder film. Ain't buying that. You know, just because you show it to me on, I've seen pictures of people landing on the moon, video even. Not buying that. There's no any type of evidence, video, photographed. It doesn't matter. I don't know. What I do feel is Josh's idea about the Great Discharge. The Tower of Babel being built so high and so big, taller than any other object, that it discharged the Gaussian surface above and the Gaussian surface below, creating this electric field we live in, and changed everything. Just a giant, huge zap to the system that shorted it out some way.
You get goosebumps. All the hair stands up on your arms. All the hair stands up on the neck. All the hair stands up on your head. Everything flashes white, and you're in a whole new fucking reality.
I used to be able to just look at somebody and they would know what I was thinking, and I would know what they were thinking. Now I can't do that. What the hell? We gotta start making sounds with these holes in our faces. Babble, 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 babble.
Babble fish, baby.
Like fucking Nell. Hey, in the wind.
In the wind.
Yeah, there's nothing you can show me in history. I mean, I can get those feelings, you know, when I hear stuff like that, and it just rings true throughout me. I don't know it, though. I'm not going to go as far as say I believe it, because beliefs that's a strong word to me. But I like it. You know, it rings true. Something about it. All this old mythology, right, that we call it. Mythology. Because it's so fantastic and so, you know, that it couldn't have happened. Zeus with lightning bolts. This guy named Thor with a hammer that he could throw and come back to him, and he was the only one that could pick it up. Is mythology just technology that's misunderstood? Yeah, who knows what the real truth is? And really, if some of these people out there, I know if, you know, we knew it, I'd scream it from the rooftops. But some of these people, even if they did know it, even if they do have it all recorded and written down in their, you know, logs and buried in some vault somewhere, do you think they'd show us and tell us? I don't.
Shout out Alexander Lightwater in chat. Tower of Babel, 100% building inside each of us, not a building on the outside. I like that. I think it's a combo platter, a little bit of both. When you connect inside, then you connect to that as well, and it all reaches out. And I don't know. I'm babbling at this point. Tower of Babel. It's party time for the guys in the Tower of Babel.
Shout out
Big
to
shout
James from
other
Grounded
What,
Extracts.
James? What's up?
It's a race.
We all saw him in chat. We're like, let's get him.
What's up, brother?
Came over and hung out 2 days ago. I was showing him the distiller, and we did a setup, and yeah, I was hoping to get over to your house early today before the heat set in, man. So just let me know whenever I can come. I don't have to hang out too long. Really, we'll get that distillation set up. I'll bring you guys some of that soup you forgot. But yeah, much love to James. Just an amazing young man doing some amazing work as well. Yeah, changing people's lives with good intentions and natural plants from the earth. Awesome. So real quick before we get out of here, Flattoberfest 2023. It is 2023, right? No, 2022. Jeez, whoa.
Whatever. Who knows?
We'll
Really? Who are we to say?
Yeah, I wasn't around to start at 0, so I don't know. But yeah, you can get event information, tickets, all that kind of good stuff at flatearthfestivals.com. It's going to be a blast. All kinds of people showing up from all over the country. Chief Crow being Benjamin Balderson from out there. Mark Sargent will be there. So yeah, we're getting all the corners. There's going to be people from everywhere coming in. This is going to be an awesome one. If you're looking for a ride and need a way to get there and this and that, it's altogether, what is it, $299 plus $11, $14.99, $13.99, $14. Under $15, you can get the Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app with the Friend Finder, and people are finding rides and all kinds of. I know gas is so expensive right now. Hopefully, it won't be then. But if that's an issue, lots of people are carpooling, and there's going to be people from all around heading that way. Last one, even with all of the travel restrictions and all that kind of stuff, I think we counted like 30 something different states license plates out there in the parking lot. So there's a chance somebody's going to be passing you by or in your area. But yeah, it's a great way to find a ride and just meet up with local flat earthers around your area. It really is.
Liz is looking for a ride from Scotland, so as you're driving over, stop by there and pick Liz up. I feel you, babe. I really do. Trust me.
Shout out to Commercial Sound and Video.
What's up, man?
Shout out to Rico's tinfoil sombrero.
What's up, Rico?
Did you guys see what Nathan did to Brian at his meetup? Dude, it was epic. He showed up to Brian's meetup like full mask-tarred garb. Like face plastic thing, like big cover. Oh my god, it was great. And then he's sitting there talking to him, and nobody knew it was him. And he was telling him, he's like, "What do you mean? This is the first time I've been out of my house since all this started." Oh, it was great. And Brian was about to just start, and then Nathan let him know who he was. And it was epic. Got to go check that one out. That was, yeah, good stuff. Just too funny. Big shout out, Commercial Sound and Video. Yes, James, you can't say a better word. Brilliant. It was just brilliant. Oh man, I got such a kick out of that. Best troll ever. Yep.
That's going to bring us real close. We've only got about 60 seconds or so. Maybe
wow.
A little more.
All right. Well, we won't see you guys tonight. Sorry about it. And we will miss you all. But we'll come back hardcore next week. After that, who knows what? I don't yet.
I thought we were going to be nice and hardcore this morning, but felt like we were not.
Yeah, well, we were core. This wasn't so hard.
We were definitely core. The corest show in the morning.
Thank you, guys. And then there's a live premiere coming up right after this show over there. There's a link in chat. Owen Benjamin and Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer interviewing Owen Benjamin. I saw that.
Yeah.
That ought to be good.
Interesting. Love you guys.
Love you guys. We'll see you right back here Tuesday morning. More of the Ironworks. TruthFrequencyRadio.com, TFRLive.com, or just Google us, Iron Realm Media. You'll find us around. In the meantime, be good, be well, since nobody can hear this on TFR anyway. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye-bye.